All right, well, good morning, everybody. What is going on? It's Saturday. There is no better feeling than Saturday morning. You could be sitting in the woods right now turkey hunting. You could be driving like I'm doing. You could be up on the big lake in the back of a monster charter boat screaming out looking for salmon. The spring salmon bite is off the charts. If you're somebody that does charters frequently and you've never got in on this spring king bite on the east end of the lake here where we all live, Mexico Bay, Oswego, but the whole south shore of the lake, all the way out as far west as you want to go, Lake Ontario was on fire. That salmon bite has been crazy to the point where we've never really seen that on the east end to this extent for this length of time. And these schools of, well, they're 3-year-old fish. High teens. I'm sure they could get into the 20s right now. And if they're in the 20s now, and it's May, and they don't run until September, and they're going to spend all summer out in that lake gorging themselves on high protein fish sticks as fast as they can gobble them out there. You're going to be talking a lot of 30-pound class fish come trolling season in August, which is still 3 months away. 3 full summer dining months for these salmon. So look, this fall looks like this whole season is going to be outstanding. If you're a charter person, call your local charter captain. There is a plethora of amazing captains and mates in professional operations all over the East Shore and the South Shore. Go fishing. Do yourself a favor. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm talking to you because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And there's like 6 things I'd like to do. Yesterday I had 7 rods on the deck. I had a blade, I had a jig and wrap, I had a bucktail, I had a swim bait, I had a jerk bait. There's 5. I had a second blade bait that was already rigged. That's 6. And there was something else too. I had 7 rods up on the deck. And I just kept floating through structure, going right up and over and looking even up shallow. And so I just kept changing what I was using. But I stayed on the same drift. I mean, I caught some fish, but not like, oh, here they are, and I go back up and on them. It was just here and there. So, not really patternable, at least not at the moment, when you catch them every once in a while. So, I have no idea where I'm about to go. We can talk about it, but ultimately I have to make a decision, then go do it. Some days I don't feel like making any decisions. I'll be honest with you. Especially coming out of Walleye Fest weekend. I was decisioned out. I'm just now starting to feel normal again. My amazing partner Chuck and I stayed up for 4 days, going nonstop. It's awesome. It's an incredible feeling. It is such a high. And it takes a toll. I'm not 25 anymore. I think I am in my head. How many of us raise your hand? I am 25. 25, my friend. But then some days it tells me I'm not. So let's go fishing. All right? Let's go fishing. Enough of this. Let's go do some of this. All right. I'll see you guys. What is up? It is I. It's pouring. This is going to be quick. I'm on my way back in the river. What started out as promising kind of fizzled out. And then I went looking and I didn't really find. I fished from when I saw you first, that was about 6 a.m., just a little before. Found fish, pretty good first drift. Second drift it petered out to nothing. Had 3 keeper walleyes, 5 shorts, bunch of keeper perch. It was a fun drift and a half while it lasted. I thought it was going to last, and I thought I was going to get some bigger fish, neither of which happened. When it fizzled out to nothing about 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, there had been a bunch of traffic in there, a bunch of people in that drift. I don't know if the two corresponded, but I ended up moving to a different area in the drift that hadn't been anybody there yet, because I'd been there all morning. I caught a couple more shorts, but it didn't seem very promising, so I only had so much time left, so I said, okay, I'm going to go. There's my friend the osprey. I don't think I got him in the frame, but everywhere I've been lately, boy, they follow me all over the place. And they're screeching up a storm. This morning, over by the islands, I could hear him. I couldn't see him, but he must have been, or she, he was either in a perch or was up just hovering, you know. Yesterday I had them hovering around the house on the way in, screeching like their bloody heads off. Had one up over top of the power line just above my buddy Chuck's place there at the pier, sitting up there on the top of the telephone pole, screeching. It's very distinct. Once you associate that sound with the osprey, nobody else makes it. And boy, you can pick them out from a long ways away. A lot of times out on the lake, I hear them long before I see them, and that makes me start looking in that direction. So anyway, what did I do this morning? About the best bite I had was the shiver minnow bite. As soon as I picked it up this morning, I got bit first cast with it, and I was just hopping it. So the JT rod that I use for that presentation is the 6'9" black rain at the medium action with an extra fast tip, and that tip just pops it off the bottom, and it doesn't take much more than about like that, and it telegraphs down through that line, and you really get that shiver minnow, in my opinion. It's weight forward, it's in the nose, no nose hook, an oversized single rear hook, and it really hops, in my opinion, off the bottom. This morning it was just doing it, I'm assuming, like this, and that was too much for him. As soon as I put it on, I started getting bit. First thing this morning, I was fishing it's a shiver minnow, moonshine shiver minnow, in the brown glow goby color, the small one, ½ ounce maybe, just shy of. And I'll fish that all the way to 25 foot of water. You can fish it deeper if you're patient. And these last 2 days, I've just been popping it along, boom, 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 and let and let it go, and just pop it off the bottom a little bit and let it go where it goes. And this morning early and yesterday quite a bit, you'd feel that distinct bump. And it's funny, I'll tell you, the first couple times you feel it, you immediately know it. Now again, these JT Black Rain rods, this is the Black Rain series I was fishing today, and my shiver minnow rod is the 6'9" rod. My blade bait rod is their 6'3" rod, but they're distinctly different rods, and that little bit of extra length gives it just a little different feel. But combined with another osprey right down here in front of me, they're all over the place. Another thing is that Cortland Master Braid line. It transmits so incredibly well, that vibration, and these rods that my friend Joe Bricco has made in his company GT Rods is so hypersensitive that you feel that come into your hand, and the first time you think to yourself, nah, that wasn't a bite, and then you go on your next jigging stroke and the fish is there and you're like, oh my god, that was a bite. It was a bite. Believe it when it happens, and set the hook because they're already there. And once you realize and you tune out everything else, all the rest of the world, the distractions, everything goes away, and I'm looking at that line and I'm feeling I'm going like this, and it's just precision, finesse, whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden, if you think, there he is, you don't know what it is, but you feel everything. I have slowed down so much in these last couple days. Now, I haven't been rewarded with, killer, huge days yet, but these last 3 days, I mean, it's been dark gray. Look over my head, dark gray clouds, rain on and off, northeast, east wind, unsettled, and walleyes are susceptible any time of the year. But post-spawn, when they can be a little funny to begin with before they really put the feed bag back on, you who knows, but you toss in a cold front during that time frame, and it's out of the norm this time of year anyway. But so we caught some fish, not a ton. If I was fishing for dinner tonight, we would have had plenty, more than enough. So, all right, I'll see you guys. Thanks for joining me today. As always, keep your tip up. See you tomorrow.